Hello, and welcome to my office. Hope everyone's had a nice day. Today, we are going to be playing Slay the Princess. It's a horror game. I did play it yesterday. I did a couple of endings, 2 to be precise. And we checked those out. But today, I will be starting from scratch. And we'll be playing it and seeing how far we get and what mysteries this game holds. So far, what I did see is a demon princess and a princess made out of princesses. So I'll be starting from scratch completely because I want to get the vanilla experience. Also, I got the DLC, which I presume adds even more endings to it. Let me actually just see what the DLC does. So the DLC, this is a special pack you can purchase to show customer support for the game. It contains an entire 50 plus tracks, as well as 50 unique wallpapers from the game, each of which is available. Okay, be able to. Okay, so that's just a art book. Not bad. But yeah, we have the game, and we're ready to play. There is also a demo for anyone that wants to check it out but doesn't want to buy it just yet. It isn't on sale or anything, it's a full price game, but that's what it is. So far, I really like it. Just the experience overall is great. Okay, I guess we should get into it then. Let's boot it up, which is going to be here. And go with gameplay. There we go. This is the cabin where the princess lives. Let's load a new game. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. The end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a princess locked away in the basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task?
I guess so.
Made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
There are a lot of options. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. And if she is bad, as you say, as she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. Okay. I'm going to slay. I'm sold. Let's get this over with. Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
I feel like that was supposed to be more
You make your
sarcastic
way
than
up the
anything
short
else.
path to the cabin.
Well,
You'll find
in
the
my head
princess
it is.
within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't
Well,
believe a word she
isn't
says.
that what any
We're
living
not going to
thing
go
would
through
do?
with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Voice of the hero.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed to the cabin. Oh, accidentally pressed that. Then.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Let's take the blade,
You take the blade from the table.
just in case.
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Yes, it does definitely seem like it would. Quite a barren place, isn't it? Just a door in a cabin, leading to another door. Your basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Oh,
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
I don't think they would. Would they?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
That is a bit of a menacing
She's
look.
so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I don't know. What? No way. Why would I even think of that? Okay, yeah. You caught me. I'm here to slay you. Nah. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Let's do the comedic one.
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her.
Should we so?
Don't you dare.
Yeah,
It's fine.
let's drop the
We can
blade.
decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak
He
with the
looks
princess face to
bad.
face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't
Yes,
know what
we
you're
will.
hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Maybe. But we'll see.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Definitely seems like it. Yeah, it's pretty awkward. A relationship? Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Yeah, pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
Okay. Oh. I just went straight into actual dialogue. We can't explore anymore. I have my reasons. Do you think I'd come here to kill you? Someone without even knowing why? That'd be ridiculous. Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
That laugh. I think I'm in love.
Wait, Hero, why are you in love?
I have no idea. To be honest, I don't even know why I'm down here, or how I got here.
Neither do I. Which I
was
do
kind of
wonder
hoping
why.
you might be able to shed some light on the whole situation.
How do I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
But how are you alive?
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Oh yes, but he didn't answer. Reflect. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret from me. No. And if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them. Which way should we go? Trust her? Or Let's try and get her out of here.
Princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful.
That is fine with me.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either.
Definitely
Otherwise,
doesn't.
we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear.
The
But you
answer
don't
was
really
so
know
good.
me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust.
Definitely is, but
So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
what do you mean subjugating? How do I get you out of here? How long have you been down here?
Too long.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then.
No,
I'm sure
and
there's
it
a key
doesn't
somewhere
seem
around
like
here, and if there isn't,
it doesn't seem like your
well,
shackle
we can always
has
put
a
that
key.
knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting.
I believe she
Right.
is.
She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay. We've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Yes,
You know why you're here.
and I'm gonna let you go. I'm getting you out of here. Examine the chains. I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to keep you locked away down here. At least for a bit. We can get to know each other better. Also decide what to do. We have 3 options. Let's do this one.
Oh, you have to be kidding.
Getting her, letting her go.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Well, I
If you
hope
don't have
she's
the key, maybe
not
you should
against
go
losing
looking
an
for
arm.
it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
We can try.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
As if there isn't a key. Oh, and if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas? Besides me cutting you out of here. I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still laying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something good to break you free.
I'll be here.
And I'll be back.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement,
Door's
but
closed.
the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
The narrator locked
Someone
us
else
in.
here?
They shouldn't be. Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
And I'm
You're
presuming we
here
can't
to
break
slay
it
the
down.
princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Or are you not gonna let us? Return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
No.
Easier for whom?
him?
Easier for everyone.
I think it's just easier for you.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Seems like it.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
What do you mean? Wait, oh yeah. Save the princess, slay the princess. Why do we still have the chance to slay her? Just save her.
Against your better
Ooh.
judgment,
Oh,
you
that
place
looks
the
so
blade
gruesome.
against the princess's arm, just above the
Ew.
massive, unyielding chain.
Why is she looking
You
at
cut
us so
into her flesh.
staring? That is so
The blade
gross.
is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Yeah.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Definitely seems like
Thank
this.
you.
That
Now
is
let's get out of
some
here.
gory stuff. Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world.
Yes we can, and yes we
Just
will.
can't let her escape into the world.
Wait, what do you mean? You're not
As the
involved in
princess
this.
approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
No, you're the one who's doing this. Stop
Wait,
controlling
this
me.
isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Warn her? Let's warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect.
Being controlled.
Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
I don't think you are. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
No.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Maybe. Oh,
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
oh, that was quick.
Her face
Inefficient.
remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
How is she not bleeding
This
out?
is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
We will see, I guess. Chapter 2. The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods.
Okay.
At the end of that
and
path
we are
is
back.
a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I don't think it will. I'm getting a sense of deja vu. Wait, haven't we already done, Wait. Hasn't this already happened?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust
The
a word out of
skeptic.
his mouth. There's
Ooh.
got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We
Who's the
just have to keep
skeptic?
trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yeah, probably is.
You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Well,
And as far as trying to help her goes,
you have no idea
need
what's
I
happening.
remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large?
I don't
told
think
you
she
about
is.
the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Well, you said it, but we have no idea if you're telling the truth. Let's assume you're telling the truth, and all this really did happen again. Oh, let's assume I'm telling the truth. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Yes, I didn't listen to you that
The
time.
absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you?
He does
You
not.
practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do.
Oh,
which is
yes it
honestly all
is.
the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting.
What do you mean we're crafting self-delusion? We're perfectly fine.
But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably
Oi,
for a
stop being
good
sarcastic,
reason.
you cunt.
Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional,
Really?
after all. Sure you are.
How are you a professional?
I believe your second question was...
You just said
"What's
that this is the
point of
first
doing
time that we
anything?"
met each other.
If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
What do you mean consequences?
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yeah.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
I don't know. I don't
Do
really
you
care.
think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin.
Yep.
For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul. Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are.
But
You're talking in circles.
the three of you
No,
are
I'm
in
talking
my
in
head.
facts.
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
The only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. And all she did was slit my throat. How is she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right?
Yeah. The skeptic is
What
right.
proof could you possibly ask for?
Like,
Literally
How?
anything.
yeah.
Fine. Check your pockets.
Our pockets? Check your pockets.
You
Wait,
put
what?
your hands in your pockets and
Wait,
put an
why is it-
envelope with the words "The Evidence" written across the front.
What?
Within,
The
you find a
princess
note
will
in
end the
your
world
handwriting.
if you...
It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth." That doesn't prove anything. How
Yeah.
do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting?
Also, how's that our
I wish I could tell you
handwriting?
more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side.
I don't think you are.
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to?
Yes.
Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Yeah, it seems like it. Well, boys, who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement.
What
and I told you
people?
what this place is. It's a path in the
The
woods.
kings, her
Don't
parents,
overcomplicate
like
things.
some peasants or something? If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is she, why is this falling on me? You're being coy. What aren't you telling us? I think, let's say that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Should we turn away? No, let's go try and save her again. Maybe this time we can actually succeed.
Before you go any further, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Oh, she didn't do that
Don't
last
believe a word
time.
she says.
I think I will.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Yeah.
Did you just say wink out loud?
Yes, because he can't actually wink.
No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior
Oh.
of the cabin is less a
Oh.
cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon.
It definitely
A few
seems
pathetic
like it.
wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that
There
this
is a
is
mirror
prison.
that is out
The
of
only
place.
furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Why is the
blade is your
blade the
implement.
same?
You'll need it
Everything
if you want
else
to do
is
this
different.
right.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Wipe the mirror. Oh,
You reach forward and rub
And it
your hand
disappears.
against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes
Yep.
peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
maybe. This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely. Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before.
No,
I hope
we
this means
have.
you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details.
Let's take the blade
You
again.
take the blade from the
Maybe
table.
we'll need it.
It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Yep. Into the basement.
The door to the basement
Ooh.
creaks open,
There are
revealing an
lights.
old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please,
Oh.
come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
I believe she does.
You walk
Oh.
down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Whoa,
She
that
looks up
is
at you,
a lot of
the heavy
chains.
collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
They really don't want us to
So much
free
for
her this
cutting
time.
her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
That's what it was last
Have you
time.
noticed the empty chain on the wall?
Yeah.
Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Yep.
That was there last time too, wasn't it?
Yeah, just a single chain.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I presume that is sit with her. I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. You see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her here. Leave the princess in the basement. No, let's just sit with her. I want to know what's happening.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
Auto turned
There's
off.
fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Okay. Oh, her crown is
That's
made out
reasonable.
of
We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at
bindings
ease.
as well. Sit where you are. Sit where you were told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I was gonna try to free you. My intentions? What do you mean? I've been here before. I'm the only one who remembers that. Let's do this one first.
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why
Well, I
are you
was
here?
Planning to cut you out
There
again,
isn't a
but
keyhole in these shackles.
yeah,
so I'm
I sort
afraid
of
my only way out is
noticed.
surgical removal.
I sort of noticed
Is
that
she forgetting
before.
about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
I don't know.
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
She might be able to.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
I don't think it is. I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Okay.
I guess
Good
what
to
you
know.
said back in the woods really was true.
And there we go.
As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
Definitely
It's
seems like it.
complicated things how?
Exactly.
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The
And what
situation
is
right
the other?
now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A
Contingency.
contingency for what?
Yeah.
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods?
Yeah.
Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles. I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic.
Yep.
I never said I wasn't.
They all...
I get it.
So they
It
know
would be
that
pretty upsetting.
there are
wouldn't it?
multiple versions.
Know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we
Yeah.
should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again.
No.
Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
Yeah, that is a
The more
question.
I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much.
Are we the ones controlling
Your
the
success
story?
hinges on you having imperfect
I
information.
mean, like the
For the sake of the entire
in-world character,
you need to
are
accept
his
that.
thoughts
I
changing what we perceive?
But you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Yeah, it definitely isn't.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Well, I wasn't daydreaming, I was talking to myself? What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them.
Yeah,
And now you're back.
definitely seemed like it.
Is that really all she knows?
I believe
It's
that
not like
that
we
is.
have much of a clue about how things work.
Yeah,
And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something.
I don't
I'm
think
not.
you are.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
Hmm. How am I supposed to cut you out? If you didn't notice, your head is in the shackle too. That other chain on the wall. Who's that for? Hi Hunter. I'm playing horror games. Well, more like psychological horror, not just actual horror. That other chain on the wall. Who's it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it
This
on.
one.
Maybe it'll fit.
It depends
I
which
hope I don't
princess
actually
it
have
is.
to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Inspector Shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Why not?
And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
I just said I was gonna inspect it.
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will. He
Oh,
doesn't want us to look at it. That's
Yeah.
all the reason we need to investigate.
yeah, we should check it
What if
out.
he's telling the truth?
Well, he hasn't
He
really been
isn't.
telling the truth the entire
I
time that
am.
we were doing it. Inspector Shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity.
Nope.
I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
Yeah.
Yes, it's bad.
What
Come
do you
out
mean?
and say it then. You're just wasting time. Fine. As you
What?
hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Wait, what?
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
What? Why is that?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Definitely seems like it. Became your own jailer.
Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife.
Yeah,
We're
definitely
stuck here
doesn't seem
together,
like
aren't
it.
we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Just sit
Can't
here?
even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve. That's horrible. It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Yes.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch. know that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Yeah, definitely seems like it. So we're both stuck here.
Yep.
What should we do? Did you know that this was going to happen to me?
No.
Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude.
Guess we're stuck with a not very talkative person. What should we do? Okay. Wait in silence, I guess.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
Yep.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
Maybe you can try and break the chain from
But there isn't.
the wall.
Time
How do you know?
passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe.
Maybe.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work?
Yeah. How does it work?
It just does. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that,
Oi, shut up.
even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
That's how they're supposed to work. The narrator isn't talking anymore.
I suppose you're correct.
Oh, there we go.
Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger and larger.
Ooh. Hey, have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk.
Okay.
Remember?
Okay, we
Still
won't talk.
rude.
Continue to wait in silence. Oh, the
You
walls
continue
the
to
walls
wait in
breaking
silence,
apart.
and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You
Trees
can see earth
coming-
through holes in the
yeah.
stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
Aren't we dead? We should have starved to death by now.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
Yeah.
She hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't.
Yeah. Is this is the cabin itself something?
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement.
But the only thing that
Dirt
isn't
seeps inside,
eroding
flowing across the
is
stone
our
floor
wall.
like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass. Until suddenly,
Oh,
there are no walls. And then,
everything collapsed.
and
And then what?
I think he's gone.
Oh,
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
definitely seems like it. We just had to wait.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Oh. Oh, what? Oh, yeah. The hands. So, for anyone that hasn't seen the stream last time, this is what is at the end of each one of the strings of the endings.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even get about looking for her. The narrator is gone.
It is. Does that mean the world ended? It must have. Do any of us know what the world ending is supposed to look like?
No. Because none of us have seen it before. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Approach the
I'm
mirror.
begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence. As you reach forwards, they're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. Enters us. Oh, we have like wings and stuff. Huh. We're like this monster. You're alone, in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
This is what the princess is. She is a collection of consciousnesses, but each princess is different, and we have to bring her more of her so she can know what she is. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
So a single light in a whole city. Solitary lights. What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
What do you think I am? I don't know what I am. I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me.
I believe so too.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is cold and cynical.
Yes, very
She has
handsy.
protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Do you think she would get handsy with us? Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Yeah, I guess so. I love the music in this game. I feel like it would just be very good ambient music in general. You know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Oh. Okay. So we're the only ones who can exist here. Hi, Claw. Let her out of here.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Okay. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Does she miss us? What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Okay.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may
So,
be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
I'm presuming the different princesses are created technically by us in the way that we see them. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
I guess that is true. If you haven't lived before, you don't really know what death is. How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Okay. Well, okay. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Yeah,
And in
we've
the
seen
basement
this
of that
before.
cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Let's just go to the cabin. Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed to the cabin. What if we just stay silent the entire time?
The interior of the cabin is
Just a
almost
normal cabin.
entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Let's just enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Yeah.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Oh,
It's
he's different.
hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I thought it
You're
was supposed to
playing a dangerous
reset,
game by coming
but
here
it seems
unarmed.
like it continues on. I'm here to save you. Wait, why would we lie? I'm here to save
How
you.
many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
I don't think our face is that beautiful.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist,
It looks so pitiful.
binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Sadly, I do not have anything. I don't even
do
have
it.
the knife.
If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Hold on. Let's talk a bit first. Let's see what I can do. Examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
It does look
Thank
prettier.
you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
But
No,
yeah, the
you're
shackle
doing the right
doesn't
thing.
have a keyhole or anything. It's just
You walk up
like
to the
welded
chains
on.
binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you
the
don't
way
have
that
the
he
key?
emphasizes imagine.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
We can try. And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key is laying around up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the
They
click of
locked
a
us in
lockbox
again.
sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Hey. Let me out of here.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Or are you not gonna let us leave? Try the
You try
door.
the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Well, let's try to break it down then.
You make
We
your
don't
way
even
to the bottom
think
of the
about it.
stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Maybe.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
What do you mean,
I heard
miss?
the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
There's
But
a
I don't
slight
think it's too
panic
much of a
rising
problem.
in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
But I don't want to hurt you
She
again.
barely
Oh,
hesitates
fuck.
before raising her arm to her mouth,
Okay.
her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Well,
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound
Ugh.
comes from behind you. The clang of
That
bouncing
is,
metal.
gross.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her.
Yeah. Oh, we could do
You
that.
won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine.
At least we just have the one option.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Okay.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling over everything?
That's a
It's like she isn't even
big
bothered
question.
by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yes, let's do that. Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high.
No, you will
can't
not
just let her
control me
escape into the
again.
world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
What do you mean you?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
He's controlling us again.
Watch me.
He's one hell of a prick, isn't he?
What are you doing?
Warn her.
Stop that.
I will
Someone's
not.
come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
I know, and I'm trying not
Body
to.
lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
No. What's this?
The blade. Move the blade.
I really want to go against the
As your body
narrator.
remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
I know.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Ooh. Okay.
She plunges
Oh.
it into your chest.
Well,
tearing
she
through
isn't
flesh
very
and
graceful.
sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
You're not as
Stay
graceful as the
strong.
last
We
one.
can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Yeah. Just cute.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she definitely isn't very
She doesn't know how to
graceful with
use a
it.
knife, does she?
No, she does not.
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive.
I think she's genuinely
Princess
sorry.
stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
Well,
Everything goes dark,
I don't think she gets after
and
this
you
either.
die.
Damsel. Oh, the damsel.
You're on a path
Okay.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Maybe. But you don't remember what happened
he didn't
either.
approve of us last time, did he?
The
If we're going to
smitten.
save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it. Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see
Wait,
about
the
that.
4 of us?
Whatever you do, just be sure to
Oh,
ignore
yeah, the
him
princess
specifically.
included.
Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
He probably will.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Okay. Let's just proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
Yeah, he might do.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
The hero
bickering in
isn't
your
really,
mind. Focus on the task
with all
ahead.
this, is he? Proceed to the cabin. Let's see our princess once again. And let's see how she has changed
The
again.
interior of the cabin is clean and
Oh.
elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Examine. Take the blade. Approach the mirror. Let's examine the
You
blade.
take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
Maybe.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge, and hopefully it doesn't get turned on us.
Yep.
Again.
Hopefully.
There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job.
It seems like we're all in agreement. Let's examine the mirror again.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
You definitely think so?
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Wipe the mirror.
You reach forward and rub
Oh.
your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
It's disappeared again.
But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
He knows what we are. He knows that we're a monster. Well,
The door to the basement creaks
something
open,
that
revealing
people
an
would
intricate
typically call a
stairwell.
monster.
Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
How could you say this?
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's even
Her
higher
voice.
pitched than last time.
It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We
Yep.
can still do right by
We've
her.
only
without all
met her
this
3 of
over
times.
the top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down
Oh.
the stairs and lock eyes with the
There's
princess.
even a regular
There's
window
a
up
heavy
here.
chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love,
Doesn't really
we're
look
here
like
to
it.
rescue you from your unjust
The chain
and
is
foul
big,
imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your
Probably
spirit's
not.
plenty loud, all right.
Definitely is.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing,
Also, she said,
and she
came
called
back.
us a hero.
Well,
Flattery really goes a
they're
long way
both
with the two of you,
flattered.
doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence.
But I didn't rave
You've
about
been here
anything.
before.
Yes, we
That's
have.
right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us.
Yes,
But
very
if you made us
sloppily.
try and kill her, it was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd
I don't
really
think
hoped
it
I'd be the
has.
first, but what's done is done.
You're currently the
What
fourth.
matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world,
Yeah,
but everything reset.
yep, you did.
Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Oh, her smile is
Now,
cute.
hold on, if she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this?
Yes.
Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Well,
We never
if
saw
we
a world end.
rescue
Now
her,
I'm even
I
more
believe
certain
her
that we must
consciousness
chase our
will go
heroic
back to
and
the
romantic
other ones?
destiny than I've ever been.
To the
I shan't
collective.
let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
You killed me last time, and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? Do I have to cut you out again? I really don't care for that last time. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Is that all? Okay.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
I would rather not.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why
Really?
are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
Yes. A little bit.
She didn't
He's
care
good with
last time.
anything.
Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Okay. Killed me last time, and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Sort of.
Did we? We
Well,
warned her of the cruel
That was the only
forces
way
seizing
for
our
her
body.
to save
That's practically
us.
telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
But before we start talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess?
Is-
She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her?
Yeah.
That's a confession.
No, it's more of a thing of that she's willing to do anything that we want her to do. No, we don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Rescue the princess. I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She's so kind.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost
Yep.
unsettling extent, actually.
Slightly.
That's because she's perfect. Do
Well,
you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
maybe.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
You're sure?
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
We do have two options here. Let's rescue
No.
her.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? Yes.
You
Not on my
can't.
watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't.
Oh, he would.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Oh, he just
You
slips
approach
out.
the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that
I
of
like
a
how they
true
managed
believer.
to draw her
I'm free.
in so
And you're
many
not trying to
different
kill me this
ways,
time. Thank you.
but still make
Thank
her
you so
look
much.
the same.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in
Oh.
a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Uber.
Are you sure you want to do this? Just one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade is buried in her back, and everyone out there is saved.
No.
Is that a threat?
Well, it's
You
a threat
know
from
what
him.
we'll do if you try it.
Yeah.
You're going to regret this.
No, I don't think I will. He's so adorable.
What do we do now?
We leave, and we have our whole lives to figure out what we do next.
That sounds perfect.
Okay.
As the princess takes your hand in hers,
Aww.
you let your blade tumble uselessly to the floor, and with it tumbles the last hope for the entire world. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually.
I don't think we do.
Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening.
Yes,
You don't have to mope
it is.
about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And
What do you mean?
what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
But there's nobody there.
That's a familiar move.
Yeah. You
Did I
locked us
do
in
that
again.
last time?
Yes.
You should know that you won't be able to leave.
I think we can.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
Yes, we are.
She's right. It isn't fair. but the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I will this time.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Yes, he is. And I'm here along for the ride as well. Do you think you can open it?
Well, I don't know. Do you think I can?
Of course
sure.
she can. You believe in her, right?
And if we believe in her, that
Nobody
means she
is
can do it.
leaving this basement.
Yes, I think you've got this.
Okay, let me try.
The princess tries the handle. And
And it
lock
opens.
clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
If we
I
believe
told
that she
you she
can,
could do
she
it.
can. We
You
have all the
princess,
power.
Make your way upstairs. Her freedom and the world's ruin are just a few moments away. If you don't mind, I'm going to fix myself a drink before you ruin everything. If I'm about to see the end of the world, I'd rather not see it sober.
I don't think there is going to be an end
That's
of the world.
way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin,
And
and then you step
we're
outside.
outside.
A happy ending at last.
Ah.
We did it. What should we do now?
Oh.
Where did
What's
everything
happening?
go? Where did he go?
Yeah.
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold.
Oh.
Is
What's
being
happening?
happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Oh. The hands are back. And they took her away. Wonder what the lovebirds is gonna think. But you don't get a chance to make that jacket. Nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memories return.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
He's confused again.
Is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It's going to be the end of you, but not
Yes.
everything.
I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice. It's the end of you, but not the end of me. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
He will. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forwards is going to be once again. Mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Enters us once again. Oh, we have like horns. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. And she's there. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes
Hello
become
again.
pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
Yes, you are.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
I'd like to talk to you for a bit. Are you the same being you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Like a person, growing through time. What does it feel like to change?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
I presume that is
The vessels you choose to bring me
a
carry
good answer.
far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? I don't think I will. When this is all done, you know what you will do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was.
I wonder why she picked a
I cannot
princess
tell
of
you
all
what
things.
desires I
Or maybe
will
she
hold
was a
when I have
princess to
changed.
begin with. That's split apart.
But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Like, even the arms hold her so daintily. You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Do you have any others, any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not
You will.
warn her. She has served her purpose.
I'm glad that we got the happy ending. What do you feel about me? Those vessels I've been bringing you. I've heard them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any
Oh.
hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me.
The
wounds
princesses
they've
themselves
suffered carve
are just
texture
thoughts.
around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
And you die. Okay, on to the next one. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Yeah, we've heard of
If you
this all
don't,
before.
it will be the end of the world.
Can't someone else do this?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
You know what? Let's just try to leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave?
Yes.
Do you even know where you're going?
Yes, I definitely know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange.
And we're back at the cabin.
Looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How
Every
convenient.
path
Everything's back
leads
on
to
track
the
again.
cabin.
Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Okay, I'm going to the cabin. Sheesh.
That's great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think this will all resolve splendidly. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Fortunately, she's only a princess, whereas you are a valiant and talented warrior. It'll be easy, so long as you stay focused.
Oh, that's different.
We can't just go through with this and listen to him. She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost
Should we just try
entirely
and kill
bare.
her?
The air
Yeah,
is
let's
stale
do
and
that.
musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open.
It seems even more
revealing a
dingy than
staircase
before.
faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood.
Well, at least we
The
know
princess
that if
really
we
lives here.
kill them, that
Slaying
isn't
her is probably doing her a favor.
too big of a deal.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Oh, we're back to the first
She
one.
sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Continue down the stairs.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Somewhat. I don't know if it's
And
her
there you
or...
are. Are
her
you here to kill me or
versions.
something?
Don't talk. Just steal your nerve and step
You
forward.
step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
This
I'm
knife.
probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's
No,
armed.
let's just
If
go
you
for it.
hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel
Then
flesh easily give
we
way
kill
and
her.
look down to see your blade already sinking deep
Well, that was
into her
easy.
heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Yeah, maybe.
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Not this
Yes.
version.
Even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped
And
breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still
that's
plastered
it?
on her face.
Her eyes
But is it
went dim.
over? Really over?
Of course it is. He's dead. Of course not. That was too easy. Oh, so we have 3 different choices here. I'm not sure. I feel she have some kind of trick up us.
Yes, exactly. It's over.
And we go upstairs.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the
Oh,
door to the
it's-
basement behind you.
The end, like it was.
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
We have.
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Here. Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
And
Only
nothing.
a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find.
It's
Instead,
nothing.
what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here.
What do you
This
mean
is good.
save?
Everyone is happy.
No.
You'll be happy.
No, I will not. Bullshit. Get me out of here. I was kind of hoping I'd get to a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact,
Oh, it
now
is.
that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward.
I don't
This
think
is
it
what's
is.
best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
You can't tell us what we
Hey.
feel.
We're not just going to stay here forever, right?
No, we're not. Explore. Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. You're happy. We're happy. Hell no. Do you have any idea how how to get us out of here?
I do, but you're probably not going to like it.
Ah,
The blade.
died.
We can use the blade to get out of this.
Yes.
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
Yes, it is.
He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Okay. Wouldn't using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead?
How astute. You are absolutely correct.
Well, we wouldn't
Using
be
the
dead
blade
for
to
long.
kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it. In a sense, we'd die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore?
I wouldn't
This
say we
place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just
Emptiness.
the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little
Wait,
voice
do you
didn't want you
remember
to slay the
something?
princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
Hmm. You'd better be right about it. I'll be pretty upset if we die. I'm not talking about death, though. over your weird hunch. Oh, I'm not risking over your weird hunch. Anything to get us out of here, this hell. You're right. I didn't like that idea. I'm just going to stick around and do nothing. At least for a little while longer. Let's pick the...
Thank you.
Anything is better than
I
this
made
hell.
this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
Oh, he's not happy.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs.
So how's the princess gonna look?
The
Oh,
princess's
she's a
body is
skeleton.
dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
You'd think that it
You
would
pick
be
up the
rusted.
blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Well, that was quick.
The end. Nice knowing you.
Well, this version of you. See another version of you in a second. The Spectre.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
By tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
No, I don't think it is. You better remember.
That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Well, that one, and that guy's is. Let's turn around.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Oh. What? Let's assume, wait, what? He's speaking now. What?
A warning before you go any further.
Okay, I didn't expect that.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. She won't be a problem.
Oh, she wasn't a problem last time. Proceed. It was surprisingly weak.
The
Oh.
interior of the cabin is cold,
That
a
is.
soft odour of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time.
Definitely seemed like it.
Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Might be. You didn't say anything about the mirror again.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Wipe up the
You
mirror.
reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago,
Yes, there was.
and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
Take the
Take the
blade.
blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Okay. Let's enter the basement.
The door to the
Oh,
basement
it looks like a
rolls open,
mansion.
revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust. and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Oh, he
The room
sounds
below
scared in
is
that one.
silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate
He's
the
dead
optimism,
already.
you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see.
Yes, we will.
As
He's
you
dead
descend
already.
the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its
So why are
wrist
we
still
here?
bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance
Oh.
to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the
He's a
floor.
ghost. How are we supposed to kill a ghost?
Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin.
Ooh,
And finally, the rest of the
Oh,
body
she
floats up to
waves
join
to
the
us.
head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
hello.
Ghost! Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying.
He's so unfazed.
What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Yeah, I don't think she can actually do anything.
Oh, it's you. Hiya, killer. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
I guess so. What would you like
The
to talk
princess
about?
drifts across the room into your
Oh.
orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you.
She's still pretty.
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin.
I like shivers, so I wouldn't be against
So
that.
she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
Wait and see how things play out. I want to see what happens.
I see you brought that annoying knife again. So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
I was gonna kill you again, but there are a lot of stuff. See, this is exactly what I was trying to tell you about in the woods. This already happened. We killed her.
Yes, obviously things are strange. Right now, I think it's safe to say that you've seen something you shouldn't have seen. Whatever
No.
worlds you've hopped between, whatever versions of me you've met, none of that matters now. There's no changing what's already happened, but you have a job to finish. Finish how? We already did what you told us, and now she's a ghost.
Yes,
You haven't
yes.
tried slaying her yet this time, though, have you?
How would we slay a
Then
ghost?
what? And then you'll have saved the world. I think he's asking about what happens after we save the world. If that's even still an option.
Yep.
What do you mean, after?
It was
You
nothingness.
already know what we mean, don't you? So why don't you go ahead and tell us? Are you going to try and lock us away in a timeless void again? Because I didn't much care for that. I'm not going to lock you anywhere.
You did, and you
What
are.
an interesting choice of emphasis.
Yes, that you're not gonna do. Do you know why you came back?
How should I know? Why does anyone come back? Maybe I have unfinished business with you. Or maybe you have unfinished business with me.
Yeah, maybe.
All I know is there's a hole in my chest. Not the big obvious one that you put there. There's something older and deeper.
Yeah. There
A
wasn't.
nagging reminder that
two
I'm
of
not where
them.
I'm supposed to be.
It was just a single stab. I don't know why it's a cross. I killed you. What are you doing not being dead?
I don't feel very bad. But I guess I'm not dead. So you must have only mostly killed me. Or maybe death is only mostly real, but it's also mostly not real. I'm not sure. I'm
Yeah, I
just
guess
the
so.
one these things have happened to. Not the one with all the answers. Or any of the answers.
Yeah, neither am I.
But we're not a ghost. Unless we are?
Are we?
Maybe that's why the mirror disappeared. We're actually dead. Death, at least as a form of permanence, is just a concept. And clearly it's not a very useful one anymore. Maybe we should throw it out entirely.
Maybe.
See, this is why I didn't want you to talk to her. Death is not just a concept, it is an extremely real phenomenon.
Yes,
Don't
it
let
is.
her distort your reality.
Definitely
Cold,
seems
hard
like death
facts
is just a
exist.
concept to us.
Truth exists.
I don't
has
think it
to.
does. I'm sorry I killed you last time. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry, is there any way I can make it up to you? There are so many dialogue choices. Okay, team. I'm out of ideas. Any thoughts? Should we just try and slay her again? If you're dead, then there really isn't much for me to do, is there? I guess I'll be going. Let's try and
Without a
slay her
moment's
again.
hesitation, you lash out with your blade.
Okay.
It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
Well, I guess that's it.
Adorable when you're confused.
Aw, thank you.
Didn't say
Oh.
you could touch me.
Oh, okay.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finished the job, or what?
Yes. If I knew I'd have to talk to you again, I wouldn't have slain you. Stop playing the victim. You threatened me last time. What do you want from me?
I want you to make things right. I want you to set me free.
I don't really know how I
This
do
place
that.
won't let me leave. But you seem to come and go as you please. So help me out. Let me in. And maybe all of this can be water under the bridge.
Oh, she wants to possess us.
Remember, you owe me.
Maybe we should have just left her here. Maybe we should still just leave her here. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything?
Yeah.
Hasn't gotten out and can't get out are two very different things. That'd be dull anyway. It's more interesting if we make a choice.
Yeah, I guess so.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us?
Yes, that is exactly what
She
she's
is.
asking.
And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that
Hello.
happen. It would be
Ping pong.
catastrophic if she managed to escape this place.
Vulva?
And if you let her
Ping
in,
pong.
there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it?
Maybe.
Now, isn't that an interesting thought?
Okay, I'd like to see
We
what
could
that
finally bring
is.
her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to
Ping or
say
ping
to the
pong.
one who wants
Fine.
her
Okay,
dead
then
so,
ping is his.
so badly.
Hope you're having a nice day.
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
What should we do? Let the princess possess you? Answer is no. Return. I need to think on it. Let's let her possess us.
The princess swims through the air in front of
I
you,
want to see what
pausing
happens.
for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Thanks for the body, killer.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
Can she hear him?
Soon.
She just gonna kill us?
She rushes forward and then she's gone.
He
A
is
sharp chill
inside us.
spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
I don't think we can. Oh, did she snap her neck?
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body.
I thought she was
You
gonna be
collapse
able
to the
to hear
floor.
us.
And everything goes
Uh,
dark.
Different us.
Get up. You've still got a job to do.
Yes, we do. Is
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your
Huh.
vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh?
oh,
Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
she can hear him.
So, it doesn't work like that for you?
Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor? Are they also supposed to be you?
I don't know.
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass, I'm...
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are you?
I'm... a voice? I'm me, is what I am.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
Yes, yes, we do.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
Yes, that's why they fragment off
I'm
every
clearly
single
the same
time.
thing you are.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
Yeah, I know, but
No, I'm not talking about
Yeah,
you. I'm
to be
talking
here.
about him. You don't need to know what I am.
oh,
You
yeah,
just need
what
to know
is
that I'm
he?
different from you. More important.
So you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the
Oh.
shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push
She's
yourself
like a
off
ghost.
the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen.
Obviously she's nowhere to be seen.
Because she's inside us.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
Yes, we do.
I'm setting the stage. The room is
What
empty.
stage is
'Cause
there
you
to
made a
set?
spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
Oh, shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone. Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
Yes, he will not.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this.
No,
Probably.
we will. Can't think straight. There's too many.
Then
There's
don't
too much
think.
noise.
Just move.
One way or another, this is all going to end. Wouldn't it be nice if he ends with it?
I guess we'll just have to see what happens when we leave. But if I'm stuck in here, I'll be making some renovations. It's too crowded.
Oh, she's gonna kill the others. Wait, we can still slay the princess? Which one should we choose? Let's slay her.
Isn't that an interesting idea?
I hadn't even considered it as an option. Slaying her would slay you. Are you sure you're willing to do that?
Let's do it.
Of course
We killed
we're
her
sure.
once.
The decision has already been made. All right then. Better this than ferrying her out of here.
What do you think you're doing?
There's
Hear that?
more of me than
She's
you.
scared. No point wasting more time.
Do it. You lift the blade, then plunge it deep into your guts. Pain spreads quickly through your torso as you attempt to turn its edge up towards your heart.
No!
Ooh.
The princess, her spirit bound to your prison of flesh, as she had once been bound to the basement's prison of stone, cries out in agony as you slice through organ and muscle.
This is
Your skin
interesting.
roils and bucks as she violently pushes against it from the inside. Bits of her seep through, white and glowing with ethereal light, but still the walls of your prison hold.
Is this really what you wanted? Do you hate me so much that you would kill yourself just to deny me freedom?
We'll see.
Yes, he would, because he knows what's at stake, and he knows what will happen if you leave this place. I'm not so sure about all of that.
Yeah. Just
Don't
doing
be
it for the
modest.
fun of it.
You're a hero.
No, I'm not.
You think I'm just going to stick around while you die? Hell no, I'm leaving.
You can try if you want, but I think this is an end for all of us.
Yes, it is.
Out, let me out, let me out, let me out!
The princess's form continues struggling to pull itself out of you, but the effort is in vain. You collapse to your knees. Your vision blurs, then starts
Oh.
to fade. And then what happens?
And we do not die.
I think he's gone. Just like everything else.
Are we dead?
So
I
we
don't
are
know.
one with her.
I don't think so. This is different than it was last time.
Yes, it is. Oh. Oh, she's ripping herself out of us. As the voices in your head debate against themselves, the form of the princess claws from your body and into the vast nothing surrounding you.
Do you think we're done?
I think we are.
Do you?
Yes, we are. I had to bring you here one way or the other. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
You won't find her.
There's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Maybe a little bit. Guess it cracks, you could say. Of course you're scared. This is the end of you, but it's not the end of me. It's going to be okay, just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It will not, but
You don't need
you
to
will be
comfort him.
okay. It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice. It's the end for you, but not for me. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
See you
Whatever
soon,
makes
hero.
you happy.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into it. Silence as you reach out. There goes once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you not need to see what's in it. Oh, but you need... Oh! We're melting. We're with it. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. And she's there. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be contradictory. contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is vaporous. She is a dream for a life she could never have, but that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness. She will make for an understanding heart. Do not mourn her. She will finally be able to hold what she never knew.
Okay. Do you know what happens to the world we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
I guess it will. Well, I'm to go back again,
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
and I will wait. And you die. Okay, the hero starts again.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the
Let's
end of
skip
that
through
path,
this. We know all this. Have we not checked out anything here? We've done that. Forget it. I'm not doing this. Yeah. I've considered that mini. I'm okay. Oh. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
A lot of people do.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those.
What if I
right?
am? Younger princess seems kinda bad. Let's continue on.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
Yes, we know this. Let's just enter. I want to see if anything's different.
The door to the basement creaks open,
No, it does not.
revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice
might be the
softly
case.
carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Oh, it's the kind one again.
Hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I should have taken the knife. I'm here to
Wait,
save
really?
you.
You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Yeah, we definitely should have taken the knife.
How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am
Top
begging you
hero.
to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
No. And sadly, I didn't bring anything to deal
were
with
lying
you
when
either.
You said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
I'll see what I can do. Hold on, let's talk first.
Okay.
Okay. What's your name?
Oh,
Oh, she doesn't
pauses,
even know.
carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both?
Yeah,
Could you imagine
Princess
being named
Princess.
Princess?
That sounds funny. I'm sorry, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up. And it isn't worth the risk to take your words over the potential fate of the world. Retrieve the blade.
Thank you.
Oh, she's angry.
You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
So, what? You're going to try and kill me? You'll
Ah.
regret this. I promise you. But go ahead, run along and get whatever you're planning to get.
She changed.
Better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains?
Oh, she
She
changed
can't, right?
quickly.
She needed our help to get out of here. But
I
do you
don't think
hear the
she
conviction
did.
in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush
Get the
up to
blade.
the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
Is she waiting for us?
Where the princess
Oh,
sat only a
she-
moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
Oh no.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Yes, it did. Let's finish this. He's lost an arm. Locking her down here and letting her bleed out. I think we got off on the wrong foot. You think we can start over? Hello? Let's finish
Your
this.
eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where
Beyond
is
the
she?
ceiling? Close the door behind you.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Come on out. Let's just get this over with. I'll wait.
Do you want to play a waiting game? I've been down here a long time. I'm very good at waiting.
I
You
guess
do
she
your
is.
best to patiently wait her out. But eventually, exhaustion starts to set in.
Exhaustion?
Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Keep waiting.
You wait for as long as you can, pushing yourself to stay awake and stay vigilant. But you can't outwait someone who's been waiting for as long as she remembers. You barely even
Oh.
realize that you've started to drift off.
Oh,
Pain tears you from your sleep. The princess is upon you, ripping into your flesh, unnaturally sharp teeth and claws severing arteries and digging into organs.
can we stab her?
There's nothing to be done. You're already half gone.
Oh, the fuck?
It can't just end like this, right? As much as
He's
I
like an
prefer for
animal.
things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The beast.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Will it? Okay, no. But I died. What am I doing here? Going to kill me again. I guess we can just proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom?
Hunter. The
Or is it
hunter.
just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered.
Is she?
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
Yes.
That's a
He's
very
like a scared
roundabout way
little
of saying that
mouse.
you should listen to me and take this seriously.
No, I don't think we should listen to you either.
Maybe.
You don't really know much. Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin
the
is
mirror's
ruinous
here.
and dilapidated. It feels
On
like
an
no one has
angle.
lived here for a long time. Wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden
The
walls.
door doesn't even have any locks
The
on
only
it.
furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Well, it's not the ideal implement, but that's the only thing that we have. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
If we can even survive it, that is. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement
Oh,
creaks
like a
open,
cave.
revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
He is the
She
beast.
sounds almost feral,
He
impatient,
is.
or maybe eager.
Probably
You
eager.
carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit.
Ah, she is
The
like a
walls are
beast.
obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her
Hello.
from view. She could be anywhere. You see
Mr.
only
Sun.
a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
I don't think she is.
Certainly not just a princess.
Yeah, she definitely
You're
is not.
helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of
he's
the
there.
stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver
Oh,
rushes
he's
up
gone.
your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Okay, the hunted is correct. Move.
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess.
She is no
In an
princess.
instant, she's pounced on the spot where you
Oh,
would have been,
the
her chains
fuck?
rattling across the floor behind her.
Is she what
Before
we're
you can blink, she's
meant
gone,
to
vanishing
be?
once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're
He called us
faster
a
than you were
fledgling.
before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your
there.
gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the
From
basement
what I remember,
stairs.
this game has several endings.
So she's
yeah.
cut off our escape.
I don't know
Shit.
how
What do we do?
many. Yeah, actually swore. But we've seen a few endings so far. 5 in total. Your choices control what she turns into, I believe. Yes, that is correct. Your previous choices turn her into different princesses. And those choices affect the next run. There are 2 main types of princesses. One is commanding. The other one is your stereotypical princess who's fearful and doesn't really know what is going on. From those 2 princesses, you get all your branching off ones. Like we've had one that's a ghost, one that's a very, very stereotypical princess of like that we rescued. Another one that was a devil. Then a third one that was slightly different as well. Possible to get the ending twice since your first run influences the next one. Well, it is possible because after you do the first run that you do, you always get the strict princess. Then from that one, you get like another princess from your choices, and then it all resets. Then you get the calm, the calm princess next. You do all that, and then you go to chapter 2, and then it's like the main different type of princess. After you're done with that princess, and you're finished like giving it to the main consciousness, then you'll reset again, and then you start off at the confrontational princess again. And then you basically go in a loop of those 2 princesses as you try and get like all of the different types. You can get the same princesses if you do the same choices, depending on which princess you had. So you'd need to do at least 2 runs to be able to get the same princess. So at least 4 endings before you can get the same one again. And then that one, you can also pick which way you end with this. So for example, with this one, there are multiple endings just with this princess. So there are a lot of endings. We could try and run for the stairs, or try and speak to her. Stop hiding and show yourself.
If you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
I guess so.
She knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to.
Okay, let's run for the stairs. You are deflecting.
And you bear your weakness to the world.
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else.
Yes, best to do so.
We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive.
Wait,
It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive, if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Also, there is technically a overarching story where even if you reset at the end of like 2 endings, you get to meet the main one. The one that is all, and we are technically the same, but the main story is about her, because we keep bringing her different perspectives of the princesses, because our perspective influences them, and they are our perspective, but they are also alive, but they become the perspective of the main body. Sorry, this is very complicated, and I'm getting myself confused whilst I'm talking about it. Play dead, survive. Let's survive.
A new patch of jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
He's back in the woods again. Run for the stairs. I was sent to kill you because you're a threat to the world. I'm starting to believe that's true.
Oh, for the love of... You've given up the game? Great. All that will do is hasten her victory.
I don't think it
So
will.
many useless thoughts run through your head. Thinking. You'll never hurt me if you keep thinking.
I guess that is correct. I don't think I can keep this up. Oh, I don't think I can keep this up. What do you want? We don't have to kill each other. What if I help you? What if we left together? If you could get out of here on your own, wouldn't you have done already?
You cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
At least she's upfront about her intentions. A tickling sensation rises at the base of your neck. Flee.
Yes.
We can't keep doing this.
Why would we play dead? Stay alive. Wait for her to strike and hit her back.
This isn't going to work. We're in her domain. We just have to stay alive.
No.
If we keep
We have
dodging
to
her forever,
fight.
we're going to get tired. We're going to slip up. We have to take a risk. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you tightly grip her blade and lash out. It strikes, cutting deep.
Wait, her arms are the
princess
same
loses
as
her
ours.
focus, crying out in pained surprise as she crashes into you.
Wait, are we
Your
seeing
sense
her
spalling,
as
you can already feel
ourselves?
the massive bruise
But
blossoming on your ribs as
better.
she scrambles back into the darkness. Ha! Look at that! We wounded her.
Yes,
She
we
wounded
did.
us. Bad trade.
What do you mean?
That hurt. Are you just the cornered animal you seem to be? Or could you be a rival?
We will
She
see.
rears back, then leaps at you, more forceful, more ferocious, more serious. The scuffle is brief, and though you inflict a few deep wounds, you find yourself quickly overwhelmed by her savagery. You collapse to the floor. She wastes no time before pouncing on you in a flurry of claws and blood, your nerves barely able to keep up with the onslaught. By the end, you're lying in a nest of your own intestines, spine severed, blood rapidly draining out onto the jungle floor. The princess, drenched in both her blood and yours, idly prods your body.
No, that's it then. Cornered animal it was. Do better next time. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
I guess that is the
We're not
case.
dead, we're... But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, chapter 3. The Den. I didn't know that there were further chapters.
You're on a path in the Yeah, we are. And this time we're not gonna run until
The
we
stubborn.
die. We're taking her head on and we're winning. You
felt
Oh,
her.
we
She
have
didn't have a soft
more
underbelly. She didn't
voices.
have blind spots. What could we have done that would have saved us from her hunger?
When someone tries to make you dead, you have to hit them back. You have to show them your authority. There's nothing worse than a bully that thinks they own you.
We have 2 voices now.
Great. So
We have
you've been
fractured
here
once
before.
again.
That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done.
Oh, shut up. It bodes fine. You're the reason we're stuck in this shit situation. Now I have to do the hard work of dragging us out.
And
So
how do you
our
intend
mind
to do
fractures
that?
every single time that
We go
we
in to
have
fight
to
her, and we
make
go in
different
to win. There's a
different
reason
decisions.
she slinks around in the shadows.
Well, no complaints here.
Where's
Now,
the
well,
hero? Ah, there
We're
he
not
is.
just gonna let the fact that he knows things about this whole Lupin situation go, are we?
He knows, but he doesn't.
He's not important.
No.
He can have his secrets for all I care. She's killed us twice now, and that's enough of a reason for us to want her dead.
Also, you meet the stubborn one when you just fight her. Silently proceed to the cabin. I'm done with this spy. We could turn around, but I don't think they're gonna let me.
You have already committed
Yeah.
to completion.
He's not
You
gonna let
cannot
us.
go further astray.
This is the main one. He guides us because she needs those copies, to be able to see more. But she doesn't mind us killing them, or petting them, or loving them, because it's
Make your
just an
way
extra
down to the
perspective for
cabin.
her.
Your fated confrontation
And she understands
awaits.
it's just a sacrifice that
what
needs
to
to be
do.
made.
So, we need a plan.
Yes, we do.
We've already been over the plan.
I'm not sure that use violence counts as a plan.
Yeah, it definitely does
It's a
not.
better plan than you had last time.
I don't like this, but I'll try to keep us breathing.
Oh, please do. One is gonna attack, the other one is gonna dodge.
The interior is dark
Oh.
and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all.
This is a mirror. Why is the mirror right in front of us?
The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings.
What
The
about...
blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
What about the
Take
mirror?
it. We're not fighting a monster without a blade. Even if it's not a very big one.
It's no
Definitely
one
is
mentioned
not.
the mirror.
Oh, he mentioned it this
What are you
time.
talking about? There is no mirror. It's
There
just
is a
stump
mirror
and a narrow
right in
tunnel that
front
leads
of
to
us.
the basement.
But the mirror is blocking it.
He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us.
Oh,
If that mirror's blocking our way, just smash it and be done with it.
maybe there is not. Take the blade.
Yes, take the steel claw. You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Guess we can just try and
Good.
pass through it.
One step closer to ending this.
Approach the mirror.
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair.
You heard him. Stop hesitating and smash that antique.
That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from
Yeah.
somewhere else. It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually.
It's the thing that fragments
So
us
grimy.
and then puts us back
Maybe we can
together.
wipe it clean and finally get a look at ourselves.
Wipe the mirror.
Reach forward
Oh,
and wave your
it
hand over the
disappears.
open hole leading to the basement.
I wonder what would
See?
happen if
Nothing.
we
Tricks
smashed
of
it.
the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own.
You step forward.
The hunted
into the
is
darkness.
good at knowing what it is.
If there were once stairs leading into the basement,
It's
there is
just a
nothing
hole.
left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs, no entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
Good. Lie. We won't have to fight. I'm ready to let you out of here. Say nothing. And silently proceed down the stairs. Well, stairs in quotation marks.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed. It doesn't matter
Yes,
if we
we
can't
are.
see down here. We know where she is.
Step onto the shadows and try to burglar her out. Step onto the shadows, ready to fight. We don't have to do this. Staying quiet, are we? Let's try and
You
bait
step
her
into the
out.
shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. And what? You're gonna turn around the second she runs for us? You'll get us killed, you pathetic fool! There, she's about to strike.
There we go. The
The
hunter.
mere silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. But you've already started your swift escape.
Oh, so that's what that option was.
Stop it! Fight her!
Oh,
Conflict
it's
in your
ending.
heart, though usually of little consequence, slows you down just enough. You don't make it into the tunnel before you feel her hot breath at your back, rushing up your spine and closing in on your neck as her teeth press into your skin.
Wait, why is he...
Death. Again.
Definitely seems so. Death doesn't come. Time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go?
We didn't even get to
Should
see
we
her.
try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
He's always so afraid. But we need to look at ourselves. We approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Yes, it is.
Thing reeks of death. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Well, I guess next time I'll try to fight her. Gaze into the mirror. Silence as you reach out forwards. They go on once again. The mirror always makes it happen. Oh. You've unraveled. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. Oh. It's the beast. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Yeah, I'd like to know what that other world is. I need to go to the toilet real quick, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. When you send me back, not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them, something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. You know the narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
You might do. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. So so he does live between the dimensions, between the worlds. Let's say that we know it for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
Oh, so she's nearly awake. Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us.
I guess
You
so.
and I are the only things that interest me.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something, but nothing cannot exist on its own, and because of that, nothing can't exist.
She speaks through them by moving their mouths. This is the last stage before your completion. Then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here forever, if I have to. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough.
Just
and
the
then
one.
gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
Okay. Guess we're gonna see the end soon. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
I guess we will.
I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods.
Yes, we know. Forget it. I'm not doing this. Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me, what to do. Sweet. I'm already, oh, I always wanted to, but of a monarch.
That's the spirit. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Probably.
Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
She's
We
a
are.
princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
For you,
Ignore
that
him.
doesn't
He
really
doesn't know what
matter.
he's talking about.
I do wonder what the narrator is exactly. I would like to speak to him face to face at least.
The interior of the cabin is almost...
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Okay. Let's proceed down to the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room
Are we
below.
gonna get the assertive one once
This
again?
is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It is the assertive
She
one.
sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Why should you give her
You walk down the stairs
a warning?
and lock eyes with the princess.
Fair game.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
I've already killed her once.
She's
Just ran up and stabbed
coldly
her.
beautiful.
And then I
Is she
tried
really
to
a
save her
threat to the
another
world?
time.
Focus on the task at hand.
This time, let's give her a warning
And
before I
there you
try.
Are you here to kill me or something?
Something like that. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
I don't think
Look
we
how
will.
reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
No,
Don't you dare.
we will
It's
fight,
fine.
but we
can
will
decide
make it
what we
fair.
want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
Seems afraid. But we
You
already know
poor
her.
thing. Your hands are shaking.
Are you scared of me?
No,
Because you
not
should
really.
be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And
Probably.
if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Could we? I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Fine then. I guess we're in an impasse. Winter the princess whilst holding the blade. Let's say that we're in
I
an
guess we
impasse.
are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already.
Why
Or
are you
drop the blade.
frustrated?
Do something.
Stare at the
Stare
princess.
at the princess, squinting fiercely. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
Probably. But I want to see what
You'll
happens.
have to blink eventually. Just make a choice.
Unless you force me. Slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It
I
feels
believe
like
we
you've been
would have
hit with
gotten a
sledgehammer.
different
You can feel
princess if
bone
we dropped
grinding
it.
on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
He is strong. A worthy
Your blade
fight.
slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
We are gonna have one hell of a fight.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can
Probably
at least make
not.
sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have
You
a duty
probably
to
did.
state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the
No,
princess
I
doesn't do our
cannot.
friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you fall to the floor.
this was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder. Do you really think this is the end?
Oh no, it is
But you don't have
definitely
time to
not.
worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Time to go at it again. Chapter 2. The Adversary.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Might be so. Let's go. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
We know the warning. Let's just get this over with.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior
Down.
would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. Take the blade.
Take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I'm surprised that there aren't any other voices here. It's just me. It's only me.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
Good.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Hello, hero.
Good.
Oh,
Sounds
the
like my
stubborn
kind of
one is here
princess.
too.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
We can do both.
As you descend the final
Hello.
step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
The Princess Devil.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Probably can. But
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
definitely seems so.
And you brought your little knife, too. Yes.
But you change.
I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Turn round and leave without saying anything. No. I don't know what happened the last time we met, but I'm not fighting a giant demon lady. Bye. Let's fight.
Good. With a singular focus, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go.
Those are some
Like this.
sharp teeth.
Oh, we'll make it count, all right. You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her guard. Pull it out. We'll try
I
a
think she
different angle.
likes it.
No,
Or
we can do this.
the fight
Just
itself.
keep pushing. We're not gonna
Yes.
win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
So what should we do? Unlatch the blade and attack from a different angle. Yes, let's do that.
You pull back on the blade's hilt, doing your best to free it from its sinewed prison. But as you tug the blade free,
damn
the
it.
princess slams you down onto her knee.
That
It
didn't
collides with
last
your
long.
ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact. And you find yourself in midair, effortlessly tossed across the room. You hit the floor.
Ah, that
your
was
ribs
disappointing.
complaining painfully, but you can feel the hilt in your grip. You still have your weapon. You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last. This
But it-
weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her.
Guess we can
She's
try
throwing
that.
us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
princess's
Oh.
arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
She squeezes,
Oh.
the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter.
I think she
Everything
didn't
goes
like
dark.
that.
And you die.
Chapter 3. The Eye of the Needle.
You're on a path in the wood. If you
What?
weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there.
What's all these
Fear is
random
good.
messages?
Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it. So what? You'd have us cower in a corner? No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope
the
to
hell
find
is
holes
happening
and
to this
openings down
cat?
there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning?
What the hell is happening?
Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met. Then what is going on? What's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here.
Which
If
we
you'd
have.
already seen things you weren't supposed to have seen. It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you.
Yes.
Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip through the woods to reconsider that.
You're
There's
not
nothing to
part of
reconsider.
us.
We're all for violence here. Are we? I haven't signed off on anything yet. Violence is the answer here, but the method is equally important to the act. You can't let her leave the cabin. It's like I said, we're all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I trust instinct. Nothing else to say. Not for me.
Okay. We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. I wouldn't even call this woods. Like we're in her influence has poured out into the world.
It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further. Things are always changing. She changed, the cabin changed, we've changed. Why wouldn't the woods change too? Because they're not supposed to have changed. This is supposed to be a path in the woods. If it's not, it means something's gone horribly wrong.
I wonder if we can succeed on the first try. No matter what happens next. Seems like, the hell is this? Okay, something is terribly going wrong with the chat. Let me check it. Sorry about this. This is annoying as hell. I've used the chat for quite a while, but it's never done this of all things. Yeah, that should be fine. me just refresh it again. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps spamming like that. Either way, let's continue with the story. We might as well see this through. Proceed to the cabin. Silently proceed to the cabin. And we cannot turn back because our fair lady will stop us anyway.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament.
No last advice for us? No words of warning?
From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind.
I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little
maybe.
catharsis.
Catharsis is for when we're finished.
I printed this here.
We need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase.
See to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward.
The only thing that does
furniture
not
of
change
note
is
an
the
iron
outside
altar
of the
jutting
cabin.
out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
And we will
See,
do it.
We have
right.
even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there.
The
Take
hunted
it.
is very, very scared. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any.
Okay. There's no way forwards. There's a mirror in the end. In the room. And that's it.
A mirror? But there is no mirror. There's the iron altar and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
He still cannot see it because it is
There
not from
isn't.
this world.
There is.
He's from the
Circles,
outside.
circles, all of its circles. There's something for us at the end of the road. The what and the why don't matter until we know them.
I agree with the freak. Let's get a move on already. And worst comes to worst, we can smash it.
Yes, let's do that. Last time we just
You step
tried to
forward,
touch it.
approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you
Let's
don't see
smash
it. You're rather committed to the bit, aren't you?
No.
The door's right there. It's right in front of you.
It's a bit grimy. Why don't we wipe it clean?
No. Mash it.
You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead.
It moved out of the way again. Well,
Before you is what may as well
Ooh.
be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort.
we will not be able to get out of this one, are
out
we?
from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Go
We
to her,
will.
rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
If you want to fight, then how about you come and get one? Are you sure you still want to fight?
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
We'll need to show ourselves. Make her boil over and forget her metal bindings. Fine by me.
Okay. Continue down to the basement.
You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. remember every crack and crevice. We'll need to be faster than her.
The hunted is
Turn to
really
face what lies
scared.
at the end of the narrow tunnel.
Oh,
The
she's even
princess,
bigger.
imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness.
Even her horns
Her
are bigger.
face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling. Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh. Break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
Do we fight?
Don't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, and let her become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we run. I really don't like the sound of this.
I do not either.
It's the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do.
I don't want it.
So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
I don't think talking will work. Not down here. If you want me, you'll have to come and get me. Why don't you want to be free? Why do you insist on fighting me to the death down here in the dark? I'm not fighting you. Get closer. Stopping just outside her chains. How would we bait her?
You step forward, stopping just outside the reach of her chains.
But her tail could reach
Princess
us.
scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you? You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
Maybe. But you're gonna have to work for it.
Desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap.
Well, time to run.
Run.
Yes.
Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance.
She could have escaped at any point.
As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
I don't think
Anywhere
even
you
kicking
go,
her.
I will follow.
Yes, but we just need a more open spot.
You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of
Oh.
this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same?
Because I know what
Little
I am
bird,
too.
Little bird, where do you think you're going?
Outside.
Almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there. And we'll take the fight with us.
Yes, we will.
Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass.
Okay, time to fight
You
outside.
glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are
And
walking
she's
a
now
dangerous path.
outside.
If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
And we will.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me. Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head.
Oh,
Do it. Be swift, strike true, be where she's not. Let your body move you.
explore. You've fallen right into my trap. Just slay the princess.
You leap from the grass and bound towards the princess, keeping low.
charging me head on. Brave and foolish.
Maybe.
Her body braces for impact, anticipating the clash. That's where you're both wrong. Left, now. As the princess strikes, your
Stabbing
body
her in the
swerves
back.
to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly. Strike.
Yes.
Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right.
This is a good fight.
You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh.
But we still managed to cut her very deep.
It's nothing. A scratch.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it could be worse. And you managed to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned.
We
We're
are
actually
good
gonna pull
fighting.
this off, aren't we? You just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, keep fighting.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
The two of you engage in a devastating
He is
flurry of
happy.
blows, each of you wounding the other again and again.
This is a real
She's
fight.
stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both
Oh,
of you fall
she
into your
looks
legal dance,
like
the
she's
more
getting
your edge
sad.
shines over hers.
She knows
slowing
she's
down, blood
dying.
pouring from wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady. More! Keep going! We can't stop now!
It is right.
You spy an opening, but this time she's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms.
Ah,
You
she gives a
slouch to the
hug.
ground. Nothing. These blows are nothing to us.
She's
Her
dying.
gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
Yes, we came out as the victor.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong. Something.
Yes.
And? Then what happens?
He's gone. And so is she. He has gone back to the collective. Now, time to see what the end is. But you do not have the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It is time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Let's just approach. No real reason to comfort him now. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Yes, it is.
Thing reeks of death.
Yes,
Screw
it
the
is.
mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Ah, all of you are so loud. But there's time for you to all go back into me. Silence as you reach forwards. There goes once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refuse. You gaze. And then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
He's the narrator. The fucking cunt. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image into a glass in two. And then Another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards and broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me.
Maybe not.
I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
You're a rat. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions for you.
Then ask them, and make it quick. I won't last for long now that you can see me.
So we have a limited amount of questions. I understand. What is this place? Where are we?
A construct. It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done. It
Oh,
was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through.
so you trapped us here. Both of
Construct
us.
you're in exists in every world at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
I see. So we were trying to escape this whole time. The both of us. I've met you many times. Have you been the same you all along?
I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
What other questions should we ask? Do you have anything to say for yourself?
I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty,
So you're already
much I can do
dead.
to stop you.
You just split yourself apart. So you tried to turn us against each other. And what is my true identity?
You're the Long Quiet, the god I
Oh.
made to rid the world of death.
Wait, we are the Long Quiet. So we are this place. We were supposed to prevent death. How am I supposed to get rid the world of
By
death?
slaying the princess. Once she's gone, everyone will get to exist exactly as they are. No more fear, no more howling chaos, just life. Forever.
I think you're wrong. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that?
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
Well, 2 pieces left. Are you God? Or are you a god?
No. In life, I was painfully mortal. A witness to the end of days.
Then how did you
I
make
held
a
the fear
god?
of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something. So I made you. And I made her. And I made this place to hold you both.
Well, I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all this. Rest easy. I'm going to destroy her. We could lie, or we could tell the truth. I think you're out of time. I'm not going to slay her. I don't want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god. Even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece. My time is up. I'm just an echo. And every echo fades away.
Then I have to say goodbye. So the mirror was always him. As the final fragment, the glass shatters. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet. A vast and omniscient God. It is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin. For one last time. When you arrive at the heart of this thing, or at the heart of the things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. I think she has finally emerged. I guess we are opposites.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
I guess we are both infinite.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. You unfurl a endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently wait for you to continue. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I guess we will not. I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound.
The Shifting Mound?
A pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Yes, because I cannot act. I have to wait
When the
for
echo
others.
spun us from one into two. He gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am
Oh,
not
so we
death,
were
but
one.
I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
I guess we can free her. So many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
If I let you out, the entire world ends for good. Oh, so she actually does end the world, but the smaller versions of her can't do that. Only her complete form can. But the more that we try to fight against her complete form, like her lesser forms, the more she becomes complete. I told you I wasn't going to happen. I told you what was going to happen when I reached this point. I think it's time for us to leave this place. But I don't know how to leave, or where to go.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Okay. Free yourself. We are the prison. We are the thing that holds her. You fall into yourself. The body of the ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensations in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumbled and bound in agonizing tension. A final place. A final finite place. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing onto you, confining you across infinity, sides and infinity angles, an infinite angle. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Take a hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that is simple. Step into infinity. You and she step forwards into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. To exist, you are aware, just as you are always been, and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. So it's a love story between two gods. Two gods that were created by one man. I'd say it was a pretty good game. Obviously there are more endings than this. So many more. But I don't think we'll be exploring them today. Also, I did not save at any point of the game. That means we'd need to start from the beginning and do all of this over again if we wanted to, you know, get the different endings. Well, this is my experience, and I'd say it was a pretty good one. Finish the game. The good ending doesn't count. Well, apparently that ending doesn't count, so we have to slay her. The count, that is. Thank you so much for playing. And as an expression of our gratitude, here's a track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide your ID. Okay. Oh, these are the different tracks. Okay. Return to the main menu. And that is Slaying the Princess. Okay. I feel like that was a pretty good game. I really loved it. What the fuck is this? What's going on with the chat? Let me just get off. Because that is not right. There it is. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't think it's supposed to be doing that. But it is. So, no chat for us, I see. I'll need to fix that another time. Either way, I believe this is a good end for us. Now, where should we go from here? Should we play something else? Or should we just end off here? I'd say we did pretty well. Okay, so that's the end. I guess we should check out some streamers and see who we want to raid. Romney's currently streaming. And apparently he's doing ASMR. I don't know if I want to go into that. Should we or should we not? Might do. Yeah, let's check some other people. What horror game is currently being played? Browse. A horror game, not a category. Doesn't seem like it. Because we don't have many options. I'm still wondering if I want to keep streaming and play something else, or if I want to just end. Nobody's playing any good horror. Monkey's currently playing Dead by Daylight. Let's just check out if there are any horror. Any good horror. You know what? We'll just raid Romney. He's currently streaming, and we don't get to see him that much around. Well, there's someone playing Dead by Daylight, so we could do them. Or do we want something relaxing? I do take opinions. So Romney is then. Cool. Because we haven't rated him before. Oh, wait, Romney's rating me.
Romney _ is rating The Office with 4 viewers.
Wait, I was about to rate you. Hello. Thanks for the shout out. Hello, anyone that doesn't know me, I'm Padus. I'm a variety streamer, and I like to... Yes, I was too slow, because I was gonna rate him, but then he rated me. So I guess I have to keep going for a bit longer then. Either way. Hello everyone. That's my socials. I also have Discord as well, if anyone wants to get updates on what I do. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm a variety streamer. I do a bunch of games. I do ASMR and so on. Thank you for the resub.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like the thing didn't do it the best. But thank you for the resub, Hamter. 4 months. Quite a while already. Well, I was gonna end myself as well, because I just finished playing Slaying the Princess. And we did quite a few endings, and we saw the final ending of it as well, which was quite trippy, but also, I'd say, very good, in my own opinion. I would like to replay it again to the other endings. But now I'm just considering who we should raid. If you have any opinions on that, I am willing to take them. Oni bro. Oh, the Oni bro. Okay. Thank you for that. Yeah, let's go raid them. Oh wait, they're just watching a rock. They have like 400 people watching a rock. Definitely looks just like a rock. I guess we're doing it for the memes. Memes it is. A raid. I would have liked to raid someone who is, you know, playing a game. But guess we're gonna watch a rock. Well, for the raid messages. Raid. For the ones that do not have subbies. And for the ones that do, these are the two. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for Romney for the raid and Hamt for the resub. I feel like Slaying the Princess was a very good game. And I feel like people should have their own experiences of it as well. Just overall, quite nice. Well, I will be seeing you probably tomorrow, because I'm gonna be making a schedule today for the rest of the week. And yeah, so that's gonna be a thing. Hopefully I managed to stream quite a few things. I do want to make some plans with some other people, but for now, bye.